Good morning. Today we're going to start our project for the Arbor egg swing. Everything on this bench and those 3 redwoods, we're going to turn into that. So it's going to be something like this right here. It's either going to be a stock photo or it could be the final image depending on what's posted. All right, first we're going to take our first top beam, find out where we want it, how far away from the back fence. Thinking about right here. And then because we have the water line that runs this way, probably going to put the post in about right here so it overhangs about 6 to 8 inches. All right, we got these 2 4x4s that we're going to use from our previous project up front to mark where we're going to put these posts at. About there. About there. All right, the lumber we're using is 3 4x4x12s, so we're going to take some measurements, figure out where we want everything. Exactly 42. All right, now that you got all your measurements set up, it's time to start digging. All right, now that we got our hole started, we're going to fill them up with water. It's been in the triple digits. This ground gets really hard, especially after about a foot. And we're going to be dropping these posts down about 3 feet. So by the time this fills up and soaks in and we get the posts ready to be dropped, it should be a lot easier to dig. You don't have to make it harder on yourself, don't. All right, I cut an old 2x4 to 3 feet length to measure the hole. We got it down far enough. We're gonna put gravel on the bottom of this hole to raise this back up because I want the 3 foot mark to be equal to the cement pad right here. That way when we lay down the patio pavers in here, everything's nice and level. And the gravel's gonna help with water drainage so it doesn't soak up into your wood. That's a little high. Still high. Yeah, I can't reach that. Almost there. Maybe a 1/4 inch. I mean, all right, that looks good. Now we gotta get that post set in there and the cement set. These posts are 12 feet long. We want them to stand about 7 feet out of the ground, or right at 7 feet. So I'm gonna drop them down to 10 feet. We'll drop 3 feet down. That'll leave us with 7 feet above. All right, now that we got both posts cut down to 10 feet, we're gonna measure out 3 feet. Once you've done that, we're gonna get our trusty torch out again and start burning 3 feet down. Redwood's already more rot resistant than your regular cedar, or not cedar, your regular posts. But burning it's gonna help it become more resistant. And since we're dropping these in the ground, we want as much resistance as we can. All right, now that our hole is level and ready to go, we're gonna put the post in. Wallace, get ready to hold this.
Okay, yeah.
Hold that right there. 46 inches from the fence. Stop moving it. Come back further this way. Right there. Hold it.
Just beat it. Just beat it.
That's only gonna be 42 inches. We're gonna have to change that.
36 inches is 1 yard.
I dug the hole too far to the fence. So I'm gonna change that to, oh no, it is 42 inches. I wrote it down wrong on that one. How many times we gotta measure this, Wallace?
I don't know.
Keep this right there. Okay, see these bubbles right here? Keep those bubbles and this bubble. So stand over here. You got to keep the bubbles in the center. Stand back so you're away from the hole. Okay. So if I feel it's a bubble, the bubble has to be here on both of these. You see this one over here too?
Yeah.
And that one? Make sure it's lined up right. All right, we got the fast setting concrete mix from Quikrete. You don't have to add water. I do. I add a little bit. I like to mix it up a little bit. You don't have to. Make sure you're keeping that level. Get one more bag.
Like right here?
Is it level on both sides?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna dump this other bag in there, but you need to hold it though to make sure it doesn't move. Yep, it moved. Okay, go get the water hose. Turn the water off first because it's on right now, filling the pool. Get rid of that again. I said turn it off first so you're not getting mud all over the place.
Okay.
No, you're supposed to turn it off first. Come here.
Oh. Sorry.
It's all right. Okay. So go over there to the water hose spigot and turn it off when I say turn it off. All right, turn it off.
What? Oh. Pressure was just building up.
All right, one more bag and this is ready to go. Remember, you got to hold it. Keep it level. All right, let's see how we are. That is nice and level. Okay, turn the water on again in just a little bit. All right, turn it off. Okay, go toss these in the black trash can.
Huh?
Go toss those in the black trash can while I fill this hole up.
Yes, sir.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
All right, we got our second hole dug. I got the 4x4 going across the top there to here. It's leveled out, so we're gonna line this up with the bottom of that. Once we get some gravel in there. All right, that's about where we want it. All right, that's where we want it. And everything is level. So you can use that right there to keep it level while you put everything in, or go grab your helper. I'm gonna go grab the helper. Remember, hold it level. These two bubbles here, make sure they're good. Nope, that's not level. Stop moving it. Make it level again. I told you hold it level. Hold it so it doesn't move.
Then what about the nail?
Huh? But that bubble doesn't matter. It needs to be horizontal or yeah, the horizontal level here and here. We're not worried about the vertical. I go with the water. Okay, again, you don't have to use water. I like to put a little water on there though, just because of how dry it is right now in the middle of summer. It's gonna be triple digits again here pretty soon. All right, stop. Morning. Now that we got our uprights ready, we're gonna get the cross beam measured out exactly where we want it so we can get it cut down. All right, we're gonna go 20 inches off. All right, now that we got that all measured out, we're gonna cut off this end, get its size. All right, we got that all cut up and ready to go. We got to measure out the center of that 4x4. This is going to come down in the top to secure it down. This will come in the front, both the front and the back on both sides. These screws will come in this to make it look nice. These are the Timberlock structural wood screws, 8-inch long. 2-inch structural wood screws and from outdoor accents, and then the other outdoor accents is the hex head washer. These will also go right here. And eventually we'll have the two by fours going in an angle on the front and back on both sides. So it'll be 4 2x4s just to help keep it from sagging. All right, we're gonna get our uprights drilled out, but to find center, just take a square and draw a line right through the center. Draw a line right through the center, and that's where we're gonna drill. And we're going to use this, drill a hole in this template, and find where on the cross beam these will line up. Use this as the template with the hole drill and drill that hole down further. Alrighty, here on the top of the post, we're drawing 2 diagonal lines from corner to corner. You're going to create an X. Once that X is created, the center of the X, you're going to drill your pilot hole for your anchor screws. Now that we got those pilot holes drilled, we're going to put the crossbeam back up there, line it back up where we need it, and then mark on the crossbeam where those 4x4s line up. Once we get that done, we're going to take it back off, take it back to our workbench and use the template so we can get those pilot holes drilled. All right, now we got our guidelines for our template. And take your pre-drill template, line it up with the lines you just made. Make your mark. That'll go all the way through. And do it again. So quick tip, either cover up those holes when you're doing this if you have a table like this, or don't drop your drill bit. Hopefully it landed at the very bottom on the ground and I can just move the table and grab it. If not, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to get out. All right, moment of truth. How bad did I mess up? Oh yeah, I got lucky. Look at that, right through. As long as I didn't fall to the left or the right. And I'm not gonna cover that up, just I'm gonna take the risk. All right, we're gonna start these wood screws out. We can get them lined up on the top easier. All right, that's in its hole. And that is in its hole. Everything's lined up. We're gonna get it screwed down and then give it the chubby test. All right, we're gonna get our hardware set up and clean up as we go. We're gonna need 8 on this side and 8 on that side. All right, let's get our hole started. There's a knot or something right there. Oh, I see what's going on. It's the back of that that's stopping. All right, make sure you're getting this little tip right here. I don't know if you can see that, lined up in this hole before you get that screw screwed down too far. That way everything goes in good. All right, so this is the top of the egg chair that the wife chose out. It's not one chain, it's gonna be held by 2 chains. So instead of centering it on the beam, we're gonna take a measurement. It's gonna be 16.5 inches from the center here to center here. And then the 2 holders that we're gonna put up, we're gonna measure the beam, go to the center, and then about, 8¼ inches to the left, 8¼ inches to the right is where we're at. So if you don't have any help, you can just use your 2x4s like that to get your tape measure up there. That distance is 88 inches across. So the center is going to be 44. Then we're going to go 8 inches to the right and 1/4. So 36 and 1/4. And 8 inches the other way and 1/4. 52 and 1/4. And that is going to be the center for our hooks. All right, so this is the hanger we're going to be using. You can find it on Amazon. It's a hammock hanging kit. It's rated for 1,000 pounds. It's 360-degree rotation. It's on Amazon for $15.99. We got a second one coming today. All right, so we're gonna find our centers, line those up where we want them. All right, so for this particular hardware, they want a 5mm or a 13/64 drill bit to start the holes. Double check your hardware just to make sure you got the right drill bit. Same thing on the other side. All right, so these screws take a 13 millimeter bit. So grab a 13 millimeter wrench, or if you have a socket for your drill, that'll work better. Would this be easier with the drill? Yes. Do you have to have one? No. You don't have to have the best tools to get these jobs done and get your own DIY projects done. You just have to have the willpower to do it. All right, we got two 2x4x8s. We're gonna cut these down in half. These are gonna go from the 4x4 post up to the 4x4 crossbeam and a 45 diagonal connecting the two. And just to try to prevent some sagging. The crossbeam would probably have been better if I did a 2x6, but I got what they had. All right. I'm gonna cut a 45-degree angle. All right, the 2x4, we just cut the 45 in. Get that up here where we want it. Use a C-clamp to hold it in place. Again, if you're working by yourself, if you have somebody that can help you, that'd be great. Let's come up a little bit more. Speed square out, check the angles. Take a step back if that's where you want it. Draw your line on the excess so you can get that cut off. All right, now that we got it cut to size, we're gonna find out where we're gonna drill this in. So these 4x4s are actually like 3.5. So we're gonna draw a line about center there. We're gonna measure in 1 3/4. Let's see. That'd be good right there. So it's about 6 inches. And right about there is where we're gonna do that. All right, so we're gonna be using these again. These are only 2 inches long, so I'm gonna sink it down using a 1.5 inch bit like this. Probably should have went with longer screws, but it is what it is. We're gonna go down about 1/2 inch or an inch. Ah, the battery's dying on me. So we'll come back to that. All right, so while that battery charges, we'll just get this measured out, figure out what the other side's gonna be. It's gonna be 12 3/4. So from there, we're gonna go out 12 3/4. All right, we'll get those other angles cut and be right back. All right, right there. Angle looks good. Mark that. Now we'll get that cut. All right, we got that one cut, so we're just gonna use that as a template for the one that goes behind it. All right, so that's the left side done. I'll mark the other side and get those ones done. So on this, we'll mark where we have it for now. And I'll take it back down. Use that as the template to cut the other side. All right, we've got our battery charged. Let's get these holes drilled. All right, first one done. Time to go to the back. Okay. Clamp isn't big enough to go around all of it, so we're gonna line it up with where we got that one at. Removed. And one about right there. There. And drill these out on the table. Not deep enough? That is not deep enough. All right, make sure you drill your holes deep enough or get the longer screws. Right. Time for the next side. All right, we're gonna try to get this done faster. I got Wallace out here to help. All right, we got the holes drilled out. Got it in a good spot.
I dropped. Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't let it slip. Can I go? A little deeper. Mm-hmm.